What if menstruation isn't as ignominious as some make it to be? For years and years on end, women have been put down, disgraced, ashamed, and even shunned from society for being on their periods. Let's see how the ancients considered their women during such demanding times. The ancient Maya civilization, which flourished in Mesoamerica, had complex beliefs and practices surrounding menstruation, women, and their associated traditions. The Maya, like many other ancient cultures, viewed menstruation through the lens of ritual purity and impurity. Menstruation was often seen as a powerful and potentially dangerous time, associated with both creation and destruction. There is evidence suggesting that Maya women might have practiced forms of menstrual seclusion. During their menstrual periods, women were sometimes required to stay away from certain activities or spaces, reflecting beliefs in the need to manage the potent nature of menstrual blood. Goddesses played important roles in Maya religion, with many associated with fertility, childbirth, and the moon, which was often linked to menstrual cycles. Ixchel, the goddess of the moon, love, fertility, and medicine, was particularly revered. The ancient peoples of Oceania, which includes the islands of the Pacific Ocean such as Polynesia, Melanesia, and Micronesia, had diverse beliefs and practices related to menstruation and the treatment of women. These beliefs and practices varied widely among different cultures and islands, but some common themes can be identified. Various taboos surrounded menstruation, including restrictions on certain foods, activities, and interactions. These taboos were meant to ensure the woman's health and to protect the community from the powerful influence of menstrual blood. Menstrual huts or designated areas were common in many oceanic cultures. Women would stay in these secluded spaces during their menstrual periods to avoid contact with men and certain communal activities. This practice was often seen as a way to protect both the women and the community from the perceived dangers of menstrual blood. Menstrual rites of passage were common, marking the transition from girlhood to womanhood. These rites often included rituals, feasting, and the teaching of adult responsibilities and cultural knowledge. A Yoruba woman in menstruation was an outcast, a danger to established order. She could not touch the food others would consume or be seen near the ritual objects. Her path was restricted because any object she touched would lose its potency. Ironically, however, the only time when the menstrual blood was used in native medicine was when a new king was crowned. In ancient Egypt, menstruation was often seen as a sign of fertility and renewal. The goddess Isis, who was associated with fertility, motherhood, and magic, was believed to have used menstrual blood to create life. This positive view linked menstrual blood to powerful creative forces. Certain mystical and religious traditions within ancient Greece, particularly the Orphic and Dionysian cults, viewed menstruation as a powerful, life-giving force. These cults often celebrated the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth, associating menstrual blood with fertility and the Earth's regenerative powers. Some indigenous cultures in North America, such as the Ojibwe and Lakota, considered menstruation to be a powerful and sacred time. Menstrual blood was seen as a source of life and spiritual power, and menstruating women were often given special respect. During their periods, women might undergo purification rituals in seclusion, not out of impurity, but to honor and harness their powerful state. In Maori culture, menstruation was regarded as tapu, sacred. This belief framed menstruation in a positive light, recognizing it as a natural and important aspect of a woman's life cycle, connected to fertility and the continuation of the family line. Menstrual blood was sometimes associated with the earth's fertility and the nurturing aspects of women. In ancient Irish and broader Celtic traditions, beliefs surrounding menstruation were influenced by a combination of folklore, religious practices, and societal norms. The Celts had a deep reverence for the cycles of nature, and menstruation would have been recognized as part of the natural cycle of life and fertility. Ancient Irish law, known as Brehon law, provided women with certain rights that were relatively progressive for the time. I appreciate you watching my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching The What If.